Mediation for learning disabilities and post-secondary students. LD stands for learning disability. Many post-secondary students do not have to deal with this as a constant process, but there is a select group of people that have to deal with LD every day, and it's not only frustrating, but it will usually have a heavy impact on their grades because of it. There is actually about 15% of people that have some sort of learning disability and have to go through this every day and try to find help, whether it's somebody just helping them read through stuff or somebody that's there trying to keep on going through the ideas until it finally clicks in their head, just little odds and ends that they need help with. There are quite a few colleges that help with this though. I've looked into our college on their website along with talking to some friends that have gone to Oregon State and BSU, and it seems like they all kind of have the same thing put into play for helping these kids with learning disabilities. Now, what the usual remediation would be is in the form of a one-on-one kind of person who helps the students with whatever they need throughout the day. There as well reading, writing, testing, math workshops, just everything that's kind of basic that you can set up a time to meet with someone to help you with whatever you happen to need assistance with that day. But not all the schools actually really help with this kind of thing. The colleges that I saw that really didn't help were kind of some of the specialty colleges, hairstyling, just mechanics only, kind of vo-tech colleges. They didn't really give any assistance. They did have some of the same curriculum. The students did have to read, they had to do math classes, everything like that, but the schools didn't really put anything out to help these kids with learning disabilities. They were just kind of on their own when it came to that. And I actually interviewed one person that had this problem. Her name is Nicole, and she went to the Paul Mitchell Beauty School for a few years. She's doing a great job as far as being hands-on in the beauty section with hair, nails, all that kind of stuff. But as soon as it came to the actual schoolwork, she couldn't keep up. She has a little bit of a reading disability, so eventually Nicole had to drop out because they had no section of their school to help her with her academics. It was because of something as small as not being able to read as fast as the other students taking the course. She had fallen behind where she couldn't catch up anymore. All this, however, could have been easily avoided had the college made an attempt to help these people instead of letting them fall through the cracks. According to her, all she really needed was someone to help her with reading out loud so she could actually comprehend what she was reading. She had also commented that her high school even helped her a lot more than her actual college did at that point. She's now going to online academy, but is starting to feel the same pressure that she did before in the beauty school. She says this is due to the fact that the school is in San Francisco and she lives in Boise. Since her schooling is online, she has to do a lot more reading in the modules, such as what we have in our class, but again, she cannot read all the material fast enough to keep up with the classes that she is enrolled in. But how can these schools really help the students when they are states away and the schools have no one in the local area to accommodate them? Earlier I talked about some of the community college like CWI that have helped with this, with things such as reading workshops or tutoring centers or one-on-one help. But as far as online classes, that's kind of another story. There's not really a whole lot of ways that schools can overcome this, say if their campus is in California and the student is in Idaho. One of the few ways that I could think of is maybe to use Skype or something similar. A video call that would allow the student to meet with a tutor from a school online to get help with some of the simpler disabilities such as reading. Others, however, may not benefit from this if they need one-on-one time for something that is a little more complex than just needing to comprehend what they're reading. All in all, I believe that the tutor system does help quite a few kids. We could try to push more for tutoring programs, try to get the colleges involved that don't already have their tutoring system put into place, or maybe do something that's government funded, try to get tutors put into libraries, something that's centralized where everybody can go to and they can actually get help with their schoolwork if they need it, other than just sitting there and trying to struggle underneath everybody else in their classroom.